All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ranking of Kings, episode 9. Now remember, Tatakai. Because if you don't fight, you die. That's it.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke. If we cross that dark sea of fog over there, will I finally be free? No,
that's right.
No, Daida, you are locked in a prison of your own
right.
making. Well,
but,
not really.
But the thing is that you can break free of the prison of your own making, just like Damas did, you beautiful bastard. Yes, you go on an adventure, you give the shonen protagonist, yeah. But, yeah, no. So stuff is happening, and I'm a little worried, but at the same time, like how bad could boss be? You know, like maybe it's not actually gonna go bad.
He could start killing.
Turn around.
He start killing people. That
he could start killing people.
You know, serve his rule. Yeah.
Yeah. The
healing could be in a bad way rather soon.
Yes.
We shall see.
Yeah.
So that's its own thing there.
That's its own thing.
Boji is the strongest.
That's right.
The mirror fucking said it.
Yep.
I am terrified as to then what the mechanics of which gave him at least the potential probably to be the strongest, you know, where he's not actually the strongest, but it's the, oh shit, because the curse is lifted or something like that, some mechanics, he's now capable of actually splitting that rock. That was actually him doing it.
Isaac and Maria taught us that a real gunsman's gun is in his heart. And that's what's going on with Boji, is that it is his heart that is the strongest.
I'll use my trusty 100 chisels.
100 chisels, I love it. I mean, yeah, I am very curious what explanation they're going to give for how Boji split that rock. I feel like the chisel is the obvious one, but also the, like, no, he's not actually the strongest. Like,
well, no, that's the thing. He is not the strongest right now. Right. He has the potential to be the strongest.
Exactly.
We have to still go on a journey.
Right.
Not having everything handed to him.
Don't you know? He is going to be the greatest giant or hero or king or, yeah.
Bruh, no. Boji, someone showed me some cool art earlier because of something I mentioned about him and Guts. But he's still on
I love that art so much.
On his Guts
Oh my
journey.
God, it's so
he's
sweet.
He's still being a struggler right now.
That's right, because he is a struggler.
Yes. And Kage is there supporting him every step of the way. Every
just
little cute, adorable step of the way.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. I may look like Eren. I am actually... Holy shit. And Boji is...
Oh
my God!
Freaking turned it into charcoal.
He made a diamond? Wait, is this... Oh...
This is how they met?
This is how he proposed to her. It's like a diamond ring, but...
I made it myself.
Be my wife. Yeah. Where's your kid? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, shit. Healing's had a hell of a time. Like, Boji's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Daida's gone. Your husband's back, but your husband might have made it so that your other son is not here anymore.
Yeah.
So DM. Yes. So I have 60 strength. Okay.
I have unlimited strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing in the rulebook that says what happens when you roll, 55 strength check to break something. No, there's not. But I really feel like there should be something here.
Whoa.
So is the assassination attempt still on?
All right. Let's learn about our shield here. Damn.
Okay.
Deciding whether she is worth protecting.
Yeah.
I can't. You told me not to get close. Oh my god! Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
His little roll!
Yeah. And eventually a little hand comes and takes the plate. Yep. Hey, took the cake.
Yeah, but she wants to use it as a way to then bridge the gap between them.
He's gonna give it to someone else. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I didn't need my heart today. Oh. Yeah, and for her to see that.
Right, because she's like, oh, I don't want to be, like, replacing her, but...
Yes, this is her learning. And Dorsch learns, too, by being nearby. Nice, cool little visual storytelling there.
That little eyebrow.
And nothing. Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, so now they're appointing a shield. Nice. Oh. That's cute as fuck.
Right, and he's got to stay with them.
I'm wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, right.
Shit is. Oh, he's not very quick.
And now back to this.
All right, let's see. Oh, he just took it straight on. Oh my god.
Now, how do you actually beat these things when you just have shields?
Wow, that was cool. Showing his like first-person POV.
No. Oh, that was close. Okay.
Yeah, he's got big armor on. Yeah. His whole body is the shield. Going around for the back. Yep.
Oh shit.
Oh, and Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Oh,
Yo,
just
Dorsch!
got one. Oh shit. Just box him. Is he gonna bust his breastplate off?
Wait, what? It was heavy weighted armor.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
This guy's, what's his face from Elden Ring?
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, are we getting the backstories of the animals?
Oh, okay. They're the natural enemy of giants, maybe. Oh, so they've been charmed through magic.
Wait, and there were 4.
Oh. Crap.
Shit.
Boom! Boom! Oh!
Yeah!
Oh! He's gonna kill it. That's it. Yeah. It's dead. It's dead. Wait.
Did they just bite him? Fuck! Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Wow.
Come on!
Oh! Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh, he's dead!
What?
2!
What?
2! He blinded the other one!
Oh my god! What? But that's a lot of blood. Then he's gonna do it.
Oh, some kind of doll or something. So she's animating the
doll.
objects. Yeah, yeah.
私は今一度冥府に行き魔物を集めてまいります。お前を突き動かすものは何だ。私はお前が望むことを実現したい。私は歪んだ存在だな。とてもいびつで。お前は純粋でとても美しい。
Whoa. Oh shit, tears.
大丈夫。私は死んだのか。私がいるのに。
Then she healed him. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Look at these epic scars. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Awesome. Oh shit.
Endless abyss. Yeah, I would go mad.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely makes sense to have Yuki Kaji voice this character.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
A gateway to the underworld. Awesome. Whoa. No way. She felt his voice or heard it?
But no one else heard it?
Oh.
Wait.
In her? It's like there's no one else, but...
But... And is this how they get rid of healing? Is Boss letting her hear this specifically? Shit.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta protect her. Whoa. So he's playing the game between like three parties here. He has to think about Boji. He has to think about Muranjo.
Well, yeah, because he's acting differently now that Muranjo is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm guessing he didn't, because he wouldn't have chosen to be a part of the possession.
But he needs to be involved in the game, basically.
Right, right.
It's better for him to be sacrificing Daida's will and individuality and sanity.
And if you think about it, Daida's body is as safe as it could ever be.
Yes.
Because
Boss
is
he's protecting it now.
Yeah.
But poor Daida will suffer throughout all this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah. Yeah. There we go, Yuki Kaji.
There's Yuki
Yeah.
Kaji. This is how Boji must have felt. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Trapped
A
in
world
your
where-
body. No one can hear you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And the backstory that was so precious. Him taking the cake and then going to his mom's grave. Then she just stops chasing him. She just sits down on the steps. Like, oh my god.
All right. Cool. Right. So he knew about the plot all the way back then, potentially.
Right.
So he's like, I need to cover all my bases for people in my family. So
And
Boji's
maybe he was the one who
protected.
orchestrated for her to be frozen in the first place. She just doesn't know that.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah. I loved the way also, this is such a small thing, but I love the way that in the fight with the creatures were actually intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet, the way Dorsch won was like him basically kicking reason to the curb and doing the impossible.
And the bludgeoning damage was actually helpful. The double tap when it was on the ground killed it. And then he went to grappling and he just broke their necks.
Neck, yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right.
I need to calm down, but like this episode was just another milestone in this show, just taking things up a notch. So we had the fight that was fantastic. We have the intrigue of Bos kind of playing Moranjo potentially. We have Healing just being a fantastic character, one that shows her contradictions, her flaws, her strengths, all the ways in which she's been built up thus far, coming to the forefront here. Her voice actor's just killing it. The voice acting across the board being phenomenal.
It's fantastic.
Dorsch being the last of the four of the
to really get the focus.
The arms or the weapons of the king to being like fully developed, and now knowing that's why he had the ability to use sign language.
Right.
That's why he was kind of just following Healing around.
That's
why he's also known as the goat. Like he's
the shield.
He's the shield. Like specifically this being something where they were not just testing his metal and stuff like that,
but his character.
And that when the king was giving him something that would be an affront to the queen by being like, is she worth protecting?
Right.
And he's like, it's not for me to say, but yes. And he's like, okay, cool, you might be the one that we need.
Right. I can trust you, you know.
Right. Bos has been having him potentially be on this secret mission of sorts where there's going to be some upheavals in the monarchy and the way that this is all going down here.
Oh, shit.
So I need you to protect her no matter what.
Right. But you know what's one of the other things that I think is really cool here?
Yeah.
That gives additional context to when Bos is like, I must test these creatures.
Yes.
To see their strength. Sure, to make sure they're up to the task, or make sure that they aren't. Be like okay, how good are they? Yeah, it'll be tough, but he'll be able to handle it.
He'll be able to do it.
He'll be able to do it. Right? Like that's
so cool. I love also so much. There's a simple archetype in typically male kind of brute-sized or type characters, where it's you have a task. You are going to be absolutely almost, I love using this word, dogged in your loyalty and duty to this task or to this person or what have you. And Dorsch absolutely is that.
Yep.
And the best part about this kind of aspect of these character archetypes is that you use the theme of sacrifice primarily through them. Is that they usually sacrifice a lot of themselves and their own desires for the sake of their duty, cause, or what have you.
It's good stuff.
And it's good stuff when we see him absolutely getting just torn apart, and he's still going, and he's like, no. I am not going to fail here. And I briefly forgot that Healing literally in her name has healing.
Right. I thought he was gonna die.
I was like, well,
because also
that's fantastic.
Sudden backstory of a side character. We know what this means. We've seen this before.
But this is the story where nobody has to die.
Oh, and also
nobody has to die.
Also, I gotta say, I really appreciate what they did with armor. Because if you have someone who is the shield of the queen, then obviously they've got the heaviest, baddest, thickest, tanked up. This guy's an absolute unit. You will not get past his AC DR
25 AC.
Right, exactly.
Before casting shield.
It's not happening. He dual wields shields, this Chad, right?
He goes into Dark Souls 3, just rolls his way to victory.
And when you have heavy armor and the dogs come after you, they aren't doing shit. They can throw you around and all that stuff, but they're not actually going to do any damage because you've got badass fucking armor. The problem is that it does make you a little bit slower.
And you will get tired out by them eventually.
And you will get tired out by them eventually, and they can outmaneuver you, and you're protecting something else.
Right.
So then that is a very good mechanical reason where it was not a failing of the armor. The armor is doing what it was intended. But in this situation, you have to do the thing that is the worst tactical thing ever. These are wild animals. Like, I love how they brought up, they're like, if Dorsch ever gets rid of his armor, he will be torn to shreds by them, because of course he would be. Yep. However, this dude is a unit among units, a Chad among Chads. This bludgeoning damage does take effect, and he fucking wrestles these monsters to the ground and breaks their necks.
Yeah.
What?
Like, he punched the heart, basically, dead of one.
Just then, heart stop punch. Boom.
Then,
done.
Just the idea of the classic anime jumping attack being something that combined with his heart stop punch, basically. I was like, yes.
Like, yes. You can't see the body, like, taking the damage necessarily, and, like, you know,
but we saw the thing go,
yeah, like it is done.
Yeah.
And then actually having the strong person that does do grapples, because if you are that strong and you're just dealing with one, you know, opponent at a time, you kill them.
You squeeze.
On
the right parts.
Yep. And that's it.
You win.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. Like, that was very satisfying on so many levels, on top of all of the other stuff.
Almost set it up by the fact that, like, fucking Bose, like, took the club and
squeezed
down
it into a diamond. Yeah.
This carbon fission of sorts almost happening right there. It's like pressure.
And also, one of the other things that I loved about the whole Bose thing, him telling, get this, Dorsch that, Dorsch, that the queen is going to be assassinated. Who are you truly loyal to? Right? Because he tested the character, he was able to tell him, because if you think about it, if Miranjo's around, he can't necessarily tell him the queen's going to be assassinated, be on your guard. But he can tell him, are you going to be, you know, make your choice. Who are you truly loyal to? Right? And because he trusts him, he knows that he'll protect healing, and he was able to alert him in a way that seems like he's actually trying to turn him.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It's so good.
It's so cool. It's awesome.
So awesome.
And then, of course, we got to see adorable Boji as an evil little
so
kid.
let's talk about that, because there was a thing that this show did earlier when it was showing a bit of backstories and stuff, and it was sneaking in world building and a whole bunch of other characters' backstories in the midst of that. So every time we go back and we examine someone like Appius, for instance, or Dorsch here, we also get some more time with Bose. And Bose, as a character, is one that was rather simple when we first met him.
Right.
And every episode since then,
he is the big king.
He is now getting more and more complicated. He is now getting more and more nuance as a character. So, Dorsch being focused on here, actually was more of an opportunity for us to spend time with Bose. Or Healing, who we also, when we were introduced to her, kind of saw a little bit of a one-note aspect to her. Which is
because that is a side of her, right?
Actually, something that is connected to her. Yeah. But now she's in a new kind of set of circumstances here. Also, in the past, she had a different set of circumstances as well.
Exactly.
So, people change. This is something that is really fascinating about this show. The characters are not static. Depending on what environment they're in and what time this is and what characters they're around, they're going to act differently.
Right.
That's really, really awesome that we can then also, by the nature of the way this story does its visual storytelling, keep track of what kind of things they would respond to or act or react in certain ways depending on where they are or who they're with. So, wonderful stuff with Healing, then seeing Dorsch kind of get to kind of judge her character and judge her person a little bit in the midst of this and going, she's a wonderful person.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think she might be my favorite character at this point.
She's really high up there for me as well.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think also the audacity that she has to go and talk down to Bose.
And go to try and stab him with a knife.
When she knows she would die. She would absolutely die.
Yep.
There's this aspect of Healing that's been consistent ever since we saw her leap out of the window to catch Boji.
Yes.
Where it's okay, that's who she is. When it comes down to it and the chips are absolutely down and she has to put everything on the table, she does it.
Right.
She doesn't even hesitate. She had the knife there probably ever since she had that encounter in the courtyard with Bose where she was like, well, I'm putting the knife back on my heel again.
I'm packing.
I'm unpacking now. If I need to cut a bitch, I'm cutting a bitch, and I don't care if I live or die. That's shit. That's what's happening.
Yep.
So, fantastic.
That was
fantastic.
That was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Dang it, there was something else. There was something else that happened this episode.
Well, there's the Boji thing with going to his mother's grave, which was sweet as a way to him basically get to spend time with her. but also it being something where it's how can she connect with this boy as his mother?
Right, because she is not his actual mom.
Right, when he still has this strong connection to his late mother, and and she keeps approaching him from that status as like the queen. What if she comes at him humble and small and soft and trying to communicate with him for the purpose of having fun, not for the purpose of immediately building their friendship, but like, no, let's play a little chasing game. You know, that guy, he's going to chase us no matter what we do. So let's run. Oh no, he's going to get us.
And meanwhile, Dorsch is just like,
oh, fuck,
this armor's really heavy.
I'm wearing like 75 pounds of armor right now. Oh, and I'm big, so it's like 150 pounds, you know, like, wow. Oh, God. All right.
And there's this little, like 15, 20-pound little child, you know? And then healing is probably like 110 pounds soaking wet or something, you know?
I also really like that might have been a subtle little foreshadowing that he's going to need to ditch the armor at some point. He's going to need to be fast enough to fight the creatures. Because they were talking about how fast those are. And she's like, are you going to be fast enough actually to protect me?
That's true. That's true.
So that was pretty cool.
But then there was that other thing that happened this episode with Daida.
Yeah.
So I feel like we now fully understand why Yukikaji was cast as Daida. Because anytime you get someone like Yukikaji that has such an iconic voice and for like particular things, it's like, oh, this is a curious choice, you know?
Can you scream while maddeningly terrified and your mind is breaking? Because
fine,
Yukikaji, okay, all right. You know that's more expensive now in my contract.
Right, exactly.
I've been tearing my voice up as Aaron. It's like, no, we get it.
We get it.
You only need to do it for like 4 episodes or so. Or something,
but the thing is, you never know what you're getting because Yukikaji can also do the just, oh yeah, I'm the young boy, you know, and I'm very adorable and all of that stuff.
And he can also be like, so kind.
And then the other side of him comes out and you're like, oh shit,
it's Aaron Yeager.
It's Aaron Yeager, you know. And having just the idea of like, yes, Yukikaji in a dark room as he goes mad and has to rethink his entire life and everything. It's
and
like,
then also swear vengeance that he's gonna kill.
Right, exactly. It's
I'm gonna kill her.
Oh, yes, that you are being forged now, my son, into one hell of a king. Like when you get control of your body again, holy shit.
Oh, that's a good point. In a really weird, twisted way, Bose is making him experience Boji's world. Yeah. And thus giving him potentially, some trauma. But also the
temperance.
Or
tempering him. Maybe not giving him the temperance.
Those are, I think, side effects. I think the main thing is more the I will let you know what it's like to feel powerless so that you potentially appreciate power.
Right, because
the problem is that once he gets it back, he might just
fuck you.
yeah. His first act might be to try and kill or murder someone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if it's Miranjo, you know.
Yeah. So okay, Miranjo.
Puppet dance.
Love for Bose. Potentially even her motivations in general. Because there's a couple things here. One, she obviously wants to be free in some way.
Sure.
2, it's not that it's not that simple as just with Bose here, there's some kind of passing on, ritual and all that.
Yep.
That wasn't for her. Meaning, if that was possible for her,
she probably already would have done it.
She probably would have tried it. It's not possible for her. So she has to go through other methods, using potentially the highest level magic we've seen her use to not even necessarily animate, but almost like she was transposing herself into the doll so that she was experiencing that
like
dance
some astral projection shit or something.
Yeah,
like,
and then she was oh my god, that was too much, you know?
Yeah, like we've seen Miranjo do some things while within the mirror. I can't really think off the top of my head of the main ones that there were before this episode.
Oh, before this episode.
But this episode, we got some new ones. The whole thing with the puppet, and then the fact that she was able to enchant the animals, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
But that is a demonstration that she does have real power. It's not just forbidden knowledge and stuff like with Daida before and teaching him the ritual and everything. Yeah. Right? Like, this feels like a reason of where Bose actually could be worried and in danger of, oh no, she could theoretically try and assert her control over me directly if she thought that I wasn't in love with her, going along with her, or whatever, all that stuff, right? So he does actually need to trick her, right? She is someone to be feared, right?
And there's this whole idea of the ranking of kings being this thing where over the course of time, and especially because of the Mad King's position where he was brought in the story, there's some kind of thing that's going on in there that is fuckery. And so we have to keep those kinds of things in mind for this world where Bos as a king has himself potentially forbidden knowledge. Like knowledge, he can't just... He bears the burden of being the king and wearing the crown, so he can't just share that with his subjects.
It would be bad.
He needs to basically build the trust relationship with them that when he says jump, they say how high, because they know that he has their best, their best kind of
interest
at heart. But there are reasons and threats and other things that are at play that he can't put on them so that they're able to focus on the tasks at hand.
Right. When I am forced to
pretend to assassinate
my wife, you need to be able to defend her
from potentially me.
Yeah.
Because from Dorsh's perspective, he has to be able to read just enough between the lines where he's like, okay, you obviously would never want this. You allowed it for some reason. You'll have to tell me why at some point. But for now, I have my orders. I do this.
Yep.
That's just Dorsh is a real one.
He really is.
Dorsh is a real one.
The rule of cool and in this show is so awesome, and I love how it gets at like the characters being in these conundrums where their morality is put to the test, right? And they make decisions, and sometimes they're decisions that we wouldn't necessarily expect. And even when they make decisions, that doesn't mean it's the end of their story. Dumbass, looking at you. So I love how this show handles the very serious and dark elements that are in it, right? And all the intrigue and everything, while at the same time holding that kind of storybook magic of, the sweet story, right? I really love it.
It's weird. This episode didn't focus on Boji at all, really.
No.
Outside of the backstory. And yet, I could feel the presence, if you will, of Boji, where it's Boji being the strongest. Obviously, that's something we need to kind of break down a little bit.
Right.
But then literally having Bos, who did this in the beginning of the episode with the diamond, showing us Boji is capable of more. And this is something that probably, given that Bos is now a player, the way they were he's literally a player, maybe even of the heart of Moranjo, there's some funny quotes that come to mind here, but that he is designing this, he is scheming this, he is orchestrating this in the best way that he can. So I just can't wait for the reunion.
I know.
And having that
so
moment
crazy.
where maybe he apologizes to Boji, and it's this thing of where it's like, my son.
Even apologizes to Daida.
Well, like, of course, he apologizes to Daida,
right?
But Daida's potentially not even gonna survive this, depending on how this goes.
He's gonna survive.
No, of course, Tatakai. But that being said, Boji is definitely going to.
Yes,
Mr. Strongest there is right now.
That's right.
All right, but wow, what a trip! What a trip of an episode. Also, just a random little thing. Just the point when Dorsh gets thrown.
Oh yeah.
The point where it shifted into like a first-person POV, like twice, I think.
Yep. As he's getting thrown around.
So cool.
That's
so cool.
Awesome. Yeah, like the action in this show when it wants to be awesome is awesome.
I wonder if even the kind of the storybook nature of the drawings makes it maybe a little bit easier on the animators to animate some of these fights because there's less lines to draw.
Oh, sure.
Like maybe
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Like the characters are very soft and round.
Right, and yet when they start moving, they're moving like very fluid, and there's a lot of dynamic motion to it. That's about all the animation terms that I would be able to use in a way that I understand. But
I'm just curious in that regard because it definitely seemed like the fights that they've been doing are all at the same caliber of like animation, but this was one where they did some stuff with the perspective that I was like, okay,
it was a lot of fun.
Such a cool idea.
Yeah.
And all right, yeah, that's it. Hey, this show just continues to impress.
Yep.
I feel like it's almost like hard pressed for it to even follow through with this level of build up for a lot of the stuff here, because I'm a little bit worried that we're doing a bit of the thing where we're going too wide on the
bull stuff with
and the plans around plans around plans, where the answers won't necessarily be as narratively satisfying unless they're also very long, complicated answers.
The show, for its relaxed not for its relaxed atmosphere, it's even more impressive that it does this while having the relaxed atmosphere. Yeah, exactly. Does an incredible job of keeping it very interesting moment by moment.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, like not just interesting, but like conflicts, gripping, right? And that's very difficult to do in general, especially with the relaxed atmosphere. And I think one of the ways that they're doing it big time is with the whole boss needing to be scheming and stuff. So we never know exactly what's next. We didn't even know if we could necessarily trust the boss until now.
Yeah.
You know.
But now I think we
I think we can totally trust him. It's just the question of what's going to happen, right? But that could absolutely be something where then when we understand everything, you know, when we start to know all of the stuff that's going on, that maybe it's, you know, like the more complicated the scheming gets, the more difficult it gets to handle the resolution in a way that's just as satisfying as the journey.
In a lot of ways, Boji needs to come back and enter the ranking of kings in order for that to really start, I would feel like.
Sure.
And that would be the part where then Bose can then either throw his weight and support behind his son and basically be like, all right, now I am going to help you become the greatest king. I will be around to help you with that. I might have to then relinquish control back to Daida, though. Yeah. Because what I'm doing is just wrong.
Oh, I can't wait for the Daida Boji reunion, because Daida has been given perspective of
and had it taken away
from him. So the idea of like, what's most important? You know, I get the feeling he will be a changed man once he gets control of his body.
Yeah, it could also be this is still the villain origin story, because we don't really,
that's true.
Like, Moranjo isn't necessarily a villain. This is a weird take here, but thematically what they've been doing with the story, I don't think this is the story that needs to have an atypical antagonist.
Okay.
But it has characters in it that are selfish.
Yes.
And all the characters that have been selfish thus far, outside of Moranjo, have been even Moranjo a little bit this episode, have been shown the ways in which they are still just a person with goals, dreams, and desires, and are capable of really good, wholesome human emotion in ways that are important to be explored. Like, even Daida, especially healing.
Oh, yeah.
Domas. Like, so many cool ways in which the characters that have all been antagonistic throughout the show thus far,
we've come to understand them a lot better, and
the show is like intentionally trying to help us understand them a lot
and their
more.
actions are not one note. They are not just adhering to a caricature or anything like that, right? Even if they might have been introduced in what seemed like a caricature, right? They very quickly show us just how three-dimensional they are.
Hey, that's just a cool thing to shout out. Like, y'all, if you are ever in a situation where you're trying to introduce a character, start with giving them their simplest and most obvious attribute first.
Yeah, because that's what people will notice, you know?
That's what people will notice first. And then just slowly over the course of time, you know, add more to them to where they're not just like a caricature.
Caricatures are not bad things. You just don't want to end up there most of the time, right?
Yes.
So, but they're an excellent place to start for characters.
But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We do streams every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.